Hey yo, it's Shanti. Welcome to the Shanti Show. I'm here with.
Hey, Samir, man. Detroit's luminary. Modern mystic.
Let's go. Um, well, first and foremost, I want to talk about just your accolades. What brings you here? What makes you qualified? I know you tapped in with the homie, with the man behind the camera. I know he probably don't like me saying his name all the time, but I know you tapped in with him. But I just want to know like how you guys met, things of that nature.
Ah, man, I seen some of his work, and I was just like, yo, I like the branding. I
Mm.
think I could definitely. It looks good, the aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what, that can definitely match my aesthetic. So we need to work. So I attacked it from that angle.
Lovely, lovely. And I've been on your page, um, and I've seen like a lot of your work. You have a radio show.
Well,
Can you tell
it's
me a bit
not
about
it's
that?
not my radio show,
Okay.
but the Costa Max show. It's a weekly show that we do. We do it every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Starting next month, though, in
Mm.
April, we'll be moving from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So look forward to that. Um, just follow me on Instagram, and that's your plug to everything right now. I don't talk about it too much because I'm still getting into it. I like to really like worry about my music. I like to
Mm-hmm.
let Colston, he's the brains behind the show, so I like to have him really speak for it.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate him letting me be a part of it. I feel like it just being on there, it definitely has helped me fine tune a certain amount of skills.
That's really nice.
Interviewing and just projecting my voice, being on the radio, needing to speak up because sometimes you don't get the space unless you create the space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 100%.
it helps you be assertive, and I think it was a blessing. So shout out to them.
Shout out. Shout out. Um, how did you come about this opportunity? I also saw some artist work on your page as
Mhm.
well. Did you start an artist and then kind of get on that like podcast and radio kind of
No,
role, or
no,
was it the
not
other
at
way
all.
around?
So if we start like from the beginning, I guess to me this new beginning would be 2020, the beginning,
Mm. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
before then I feel like it was a whole other world.
Yeah.
Everything was different.
Honestly.
But
Honestly.
in 2020, I just made a decision like like I got to get serious
Mm-hmm.
and really like put my foot in it. Like people was dying at that time, so
Yeah.
it really was a wake up call. Like yo, it could be over at any given time. Am I okay with it being over today?
Most definitely. Most
And
definitely.
just to get yourself to that point, I feel like you never really know when you're gonna get there, but when you get there, it's something to really be very grateful for.
For sure.
Being able to stay in the moment. So just your question, you said, how did I get?
Yeah, cause I know you do music. I wanted to know, did you start with music and then get into like the radio world, or was the radio world first and then you start music?
Definitely was music.
Okay.
Definitely, I've been a writer all for most of my teen life,
Yeah.
young adulthood, writing. I wrote short stories. That's what really got me into it. I wanted to be a
Mm.
comic book writer, a comic book like narrator.
Oh, that's so dope.
That's what I wanted
That's
to
so
do.
dope.
Inspired by Dragon Ball Z, of
Oh,
course.
let's go. R.I.P.
I
Oh, dude just died.
it's heartbreaking. I ain't shared. I didn't want to accept it for a while, so I
Yeah.
didn't even share. I didn't even
That
share
make
it.
me want to watch it now.
Yeah,
I can't not see.
it
I've
was.
seen Dragon Ball, and obviously I'm a big fan of
I
like the
was one
whole
of those kids.
franchise.
I was that generation of kids where we went to the library because that's where the internet was,
Yeah.
and we could download like pictures and then try to draw those pictures.
Uh.
And then that's when I realized like, oh, I can't draw. So
Oh my goodness.
everybody was drawing dope, and mine just
Yeah.
didn't come out as dope as I thought other people's was. So I was like,
Same, brother.
this is not it.
Same.
It's not
Same.
it.
Same. I used to check out the books, like real shit. I used to check out the books at the library, like the how to draw books,
Mhm.
and I used to like really practice that shit. And I show people because I was so proud if I got anything done. If I got anything done, I was so proud of my work. So I would like show it to people, and they'd be like, "That's something." Like, yeah, you made a picture for sure. You followed some directions for
they
sure.
didn't give you the response you was looking for.
Real
They
shit,
didn't give
real
it up.
shit. Not at all. Um, so okay, so I want to know about just your music life, the work that you put in on music. How'd you start? Your first project, things of that nature.
I was inspired by a friend. Actually, like like I said, I was writing short stories. Just doing that.
Mm.
Loved like writing, reading, and writing was like my big thing. Like I love to read. My mom really stressed the importance on knowing how to read, being able to receive certain messages, being able to like read between the lines. Like she
Yeah.
was really big on that. So yeah, once I realized I could do comics and stuff, I just really dove into the short stories, and then it led into meeting other people who like to write. And then next
Hmm.
thing I know, I had a friend that lived next door that had a little mini studio. And
Yeah.
then the rest is history. You know, you meet people that bring you longer into the game, and then one day you just gotta get serious.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
you said you meet people. Can you tell me a few of those names that you've met? Like any notable names you felt you met in the beginning that got you started? That are like
Oh,
more motivated than obviously the kind of wake up call that was COVID after that.
yeah. Shoot, Bianca Bad.
Shout out.
Shout out to Bianca Bad. There was Trill World was around. You
Mm.
know, my sister does music. She was younger than me, but the fact that she did music and she was younger and she like was the generation that tapped into like learning how to record yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was stuck in the mentality of like I gotta go to the studio. Like I want to work
Wow.
with people. I want to, and she was in her room just cooking up hits, and I'm like, oh my god.
Out
So
the basement
she
type.
was that was pre 2020. She was inspiring me. I would say Jamar Meringue, he was doing shows, you know, back then that really just made me want to be like, dang, I want to be able to work a crowd and work the room and move around. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of inspiration, man. Too many people to really name. Like my mind just gets like another
Yeah.
person that really invested was Calvin HGH Collins. Like he was really big and pivotal because he kind of like at the time, like even when I was looking for my own identity, I
Hmm.
was like surrounding myself with different people and we kind of
Yeah.
like worked off each other's energy and fed off each other.
Hmm.
So he introduced me to a gang of other guys and we kind of like we created a hard time hustle entertainment.
Yeah.
And you know, it's been a journey. Yeah.
Hard time hustle entertainment.
Mhm.
Do you still do that? Are you still like?
No, no, no. I'm not. I'm real focused on myself, and a lot the guys are doing their thing. So
Yeah. Fair enough.
you know, everybody's kind of branched off and living different lives. So
Yeah.
shout out to them, though, man.
Shout out. Shout out.
It's a journey.
Um, you do put out work like artist work
Mhm.
to this day. Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you still do. Um, I just want to know about the influence of your music. Who do you felt influenced you back in the beginning, or even today? Like, what's your content matter looking like?
man. As far as influences, I feel like I was influenced to do music by like Mystical. Like I loved that No Limit Run.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, his voice was like, man, who's this dude screaming on
Crying
the
in the
track?
van. Help the man. Save the
shake,
man.
shake that ass. you know. But then, you know, and then like E40, I was introduced to E40 from there. And then Cash Money Records was big when I was in
Yeah.
junior high school. You know, that whole Baby Manny Fresh, that whole Big Timers run was crazy in my generation.
Yeah. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 37.
37. Wow.
37.
Up there. That's Drake age.
Yeah, man.
That's Drake
I
age.
feel
Yeah,
lucky.
you don't look 37. I'll say
Oh,
that.
really? Oh
Yeah.
man, I
Black don't
appreciate
crack
it.
up
I
always say
appreciate it. Hey,
that.
you know what's one thing I can say? I'm appreciative to be able to like be entering, like really putting the real work to move forward into the industry at this age
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of going through the BS that a lot of the younger artists go through because you're
Fair
so
enough.
hungry and
Yeah.
you know
You run
life
into like walls and things. You have like that
shit
knowledge of the game.
if you watch any type of YouTube hip hop series, you know, podcaster, you'll
Yeah.
learn all the mistakes. You'll see it coming.
Yeah.
And really, we all should know at this point, like staying independent is the way to
Honestly.
go. Like
Honestly.
right now, like even Kanye is going straight to selling straight to customer from a website. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that's big.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. For
yo,
Kanye to be at that level, to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just stop with these middlemen and just kind of
like
like go straight up.
it's wild. Like I feel like this is the best time in history to actually be doing anything creative because there's
Truly.
so much attention. So many people are like have the luxury. I feel to even appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. It's really luxury. I feel like with streaming, everybody's like really digesting it really fast. But if
Hmm.
you really put out some new body of work, you know, it'll stand the test of time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I don't think it's about be blowing up fast. I think it's about really like
Yeah.
grabbing onto people on
Of
some real
course.
shit and
Of
like pulling
course.
them in and them being like pulled into your life. They want to know about your life. They're interested in
Yeah.
your life. You know what I
We
mean?
spoke to someone the other day, and cause you like, I've seen your page. You are like, you have a very like high follow count. Like you're so extensive. The content that you have in your page is more so than anybody who does this work like really has. Like, and consistency is key, 100%. I feel as though when you get to that level of like, I'm finally being notarized, you're like, y'all should have been on me. Like you don't even feel like you need it.
I would look
y'all
at
should have been on me.
I see that perspective, but I would even give you another one. I feel like that's what happens in life. Like you be chasing something for so long and you feel like you're good enough. Like I've always felt like I was good enough.
Yeah.
But even today, like I'll go back and listen to my catalog and be like, man, it's cringe. I don't want to
Oh
hear it.
yeah, I see that.
I could have done so much better. And then it's just being grateful. Like I'm really grateful that I can even do this.
Yeah.
As long as I've been doing it.
Pause. Hey, you get the bitches off the motherfucking high follow count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Hey, text a bitch for me.
Oh man. I do it. I do it. But oh man.
He's been trying to get me to text this girl. He has been getting me to text this girl, honestly. And she doesn't like I'm a little nigga.
And that's the thing. I don't
She don't respond, but you got 90. She might respond. They gonna be like, "Oh, what you talking
Hey, but
about?"
listen, they be on that. That's anybody, bro. That's guys and girls be on that.
Wow.
Guys and girls be on that. That's life, bro. Like, hey, one of my marketing guys, bro. Shout out Jeremiah.
Shout out.
EDST, man. Shout out Jeremiah. I've learned from him, man. Perception is reality, man. Like, it might not be the end all be all reality.
Yeah.
But when you walk into a new environment and with people who don't know who you are, you could tell them you anybody, and they gotta believe you. But if you actually got the online social proof to prove it, man, she might curve you in the club, but then you might pop up on her timeline. Like I done seen it, man. I done seen it. Man.
I want to hear a story.
And then, like, even when you do the work, just when you do the work, just continue doing your work, doing what you do, leveling up.
Fuck that. Let's take it to one. Text that bitch for me. Fuck that good shit. Text that bitch.
We go work it out. We go do that in the background. We go work that out. I'll see you all the screenshots, whatever. Because I don't really be on no shit. I don't be doing it, man. I don't be doing it.
And you don't manipulate the power at times?
No, man.
Hey, my driver, he's gonna come pick you up. Dang, he canceled. Dang, he canceled. You still want to go out to the eat?
Man. I've always been like, man, I'm the type, man. I own a one wheel.
What's the one wheel?
It's like one of them. It's almost like a skateboard, but it has one single wheel. And
like
you
a
can balance
Cyberpunk
on
Boys.
Yeah. And on the weekends, me and like 6 other people who owned one wheels would just tear up downtown, and you should have seen the love. It was a whole nother level. There was people in their cars screaming like, "Oh my God, where'd you get that?" And then one of my boys be like, "The future." And we just fly off like, man, it was crazy. We was in a whole nother world. That's what I mean, like perception. When you go places, when somebody meets you for the first time, y'all gonna exchange social media.
Yeah.
So if your social media is tip top shape, looking good, you growing, you out here making moves,
they gonna
people
hit
love
you.
You know, they gonna be like, "Oh, I want to be a part of that life. I want to," because really, it's lifestyle. That's what you're selling. You're selling lifestyle. Is your life interesting enough where people want to watch and tune in? Oh, you work hard. Dang, you really put the work in. But then, what do you do in the background? You playing? Are you like celebrating other people when they see you out? Do other people love you? Do other people big you up? You know what I mean? You want that type of energy. Other than that, you just what? It's just an image. It ain't real.
Yeah. Have you gathered some like unwanted attention from the fame? Let's call it what it is. The notoriety.
Not yet. I'm a very, very like, I like to be in the crib. You know what I mean? Because I'm a writer. That's one. So I like to go out and live and have a good time and stuff. But it's like I experienced so much from so little. So if going to a Sound Off Sunday, shout out Sound Off Sundays every other Sunday.
Shout out.
When I go there, I have so many experiences because I'm listening to other people's music. I'm celebrating them. I'm making connections.
Yeah.
And I'm showing appreciation. And when I'm in there, I'm having so many experiences that I can go home and like digest and write about. You know.
Yeah.
And then I work. I still get up every day and I work. You know, I like to get outside. I like to be in the elements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a family. I got 4 children. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of life to live, and I gotta prioritize what's really important. The music
Yeah.
ain't the most important thing in my
It's not
life.
everything.
So, as I'm living, it's like, man, I show appreciation. I really like love the whole process. And nah, man, at this point in time, no,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any crazy backlash, but I know it's coming because like this is my life. I've set it up this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've always known, like, man, when that day comes, when the shit hit the fan for real, it's
Yeah,
gonna
they're
be a
gonna
lot.
be
It's
here.
what Drake say. Sometimes your success hurt other people.
Yeah.
You
Say
know.
more money, more problems. Bring on the problems. Bring on the problems. Bring on the
Hey man, I
motherfucking.
had problems when I was broke, so I ain't worried about money problems.
Exactly.
I ain't worried about that.
At all. Okay, so what are your goals? Like, do you have set goals outside of just, the consistency?
Yeah, the consistency isn't gonna ever be a problem. I've been
Mm-hmm.
writing for years. I got
Yeah.
lots of songs, but my number one goal this year is I want to get more young men to know themselves, like
Yeah.
focus more on themselves than what the world out there and TV and internet is telling you what you should be, how you should be, how your process should go, what age you should have this at. You should really
Mm.
be out there studying yourself. Like how do things come to you? Like where at do you feel loved? Where do you feel energized? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
spend your time in those places surrounded by people that really see you. Because there's a lot of us brothers, we hanging around people that really don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We hanging around people just for either the image, the money, and it's like, bro, you could be getting money so much easier in a way just for you. If you
Yeah.
just took the time, and I know a lot of people don't feel like they have time. Time is a necessity. A lot of us feel like, no, we got to get it now. We got this
Yeah.
happening. We got this happening. But I don't know. It's like a trust you got to build up. And I
Of
want to
course.
get a lot more young men, young black men, really young men from all across the world. Because I feel like this time we got to like divide, get that color shit out the way, and really start
Yeah.
looking at uplifting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was gonna be the fucked up people. There's
Yeah.
always gonna be fucked up
Of
people, but
course.
we have to really start focusing on ourselves and really pushing ourselves up to be better. I don't want to. Me personally, I don't want to keep using the "I'm only human" because I know I'm so much more than that.
Yeah.
On some real shit, I'm so much more than that. So if I know I'm so much more than that, and I got these higher ideals, then I need to bring that shit down to earth and ground it and
Mm-hmm.
start walking in that energy in them shoes. So that's
Yeah.
that's really my goal. Like the music thing, that's a vehicle that I use to
Mm-hmm.
help promote, better living, health, healing, gratitude, love, unconditional love. But that's the main goal. Is we need our kings, we need our young kings, we need the kings that aren't young that are out there trying to figure it out. We need everybody to come together and get unified, especially in Detroit.
Yeah. Um, that brings me to just the past. Just the creation of you. I know you said you have children.
Mm.
You said you have a sister. I really just want to know. Um, we'll start here. Your connection with your parents. Are you close to your parents?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I got both of my parents in my life. My mom and my father.
Mm. And
They've
you feel
been
as though like what lessons have they bestowed upon you that you feel as though that you would like to bestow upon your children?
oh man, so many. Where can I start?
Yeah.
Man, my mom, wise woman, wise sage woman. I've gotten so much wisdom from her. Basically, I say the most important thing I've gotten from my mother is the fact that you got to see the beauty in your life. If you
Mm.
don't see beauty in your life, then you live in the wrong life.
Mm.
Always look for the beauty, no matter what. Like it could be the most horrible thing happening. It might take you time. Nobody's saying you gotta rush. It might take you some time to really see the beauty again, but really make that the prime purpose of your life. Like I want to wake up and I want to see all the beautiful things
Yeah.
every day, no matter what.
I get that completely.
No matter what, you know what I mean? Like I don't care how broke. I don't care if some crazy. I would need to be able to see the beauty
Mm-hmm.
at all times. My father, man, brave, a really, really courageous man.
Yeah.
My father is a transgender
Mm.
and a
Wow.
transgender woman.
Transgender woman. Wow. When did
And
she
well,
transition?
Well, uh, it's I don't know about like none of the surgeries and none of that. I
Yeah.
don't think none of that was
I mean, but like
involved.
when
But
did
like
I
when
Am
it's
Trans
like
come
when
out?
did yeah probably like I want to say when I was in junior high school.
Hmm.
Junior high school. And I had to, deal with that. But it wasn't in a way where, like most people would be like, man, how did you deal with that? Like,
Yeah.
isn't that embarrassing? And I was like, no, like, it really didn't change much. He hid it well, but it
Yeah.
really didn't change anything. He was still who he was. And he didn't switch it up on us and make us say different things to him and nothing
Yeah.
like that. It was more like this is who I am and I'm going to live it. And it was like, cool, man. And I remember some real like highlight times from that time, like
Yeah.
going to the mall with him fully dressed up
Wow.
as like a man. I think I want to say I was like 13, 14,
Wow.
maybe. And just the looks people would give. And I found it so funny. My dad, he didn't find it funny, but I found it so funny because it was like, man, these people, they're letting my dad affect their whole day,
Yeah.
affect them in the moment. Like people out here with their fam, and you could just see they just
I think it's
distraught. And I'm like,
good.
wow, my pops has so much control,
Yeah.
and he
And you're
doesn't even
14. This
realize
is
it.
like this is
Yeah,
the early 2000s. This
this
was
was like an
like
early revelation. Like, and
yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, it's all good. Like some people still
most
had
definitely.
some about it,
And you felt that 100%.
and I used to look at people like people would look at us, and I would look at them straight back. And because I'm younger as a kid, I guess they
Yeah.
felt some type of way that I was looking straight back at them.
Yeah.
Like, what you got to say? We're here as a family. Like, what you gonna say? What you gonna
Yeah.
do? Like,
Exactly.
and we living it up. We out here living,
Really.
and you just gonna be mad. And then I used to test it too. They used to keep walking. They used to turn around, and I would turn right around like. And I thought it was hilarious, man. But no, I love
Wow.
my dad because he showed me. Now, a lot of people don't have that example to actually show you like
Mhm.
what real courageous is. Because in a time where my dad been jumped in the streets, like it's been times where like my dad moved, him and my mom separated,
Mhm.
and then my pops moved right next door to my
Wow.
mother to be close to us.
Wow.
And I would literally be laying there at night, and I would be able to hear like the little side gate open, knowing that he came home from work, and I'd be like, "Dope, yeah." And
That's
now I
dope.
think back, I'd be like, "Man, my dad taught me what it really meant to be courageous, like to be
Mhm.
scared to do something, but you got
It's
to
like
do it."
testing people's bottom line.
He stood on it, and he went to work like that, and it was like,
Yeah.
man, he really was saying like. And he ain't. I don't think he's like that now. Like as older as he gets, he's more laid back, chill. He
Yeah.
ain't really trying to shock the world. He has his days.
Exactly.
Believe me, I think he still has his days. But back then, it was just so like it was life changing because I know a lot of people that's afraid. Even to this day,
Yeah.
people are afraid to be themselves, and they themselves can be the most ordinary person in the world, but they
Yeah.
still afraid because they might have people around them that ain't supportive of it. So
Exactly.
I understand that hardship. So it kind of just taught me, just man, jump up on that stage, man, and be you. Show them what it is. And I remember the
Yeah.
first time my pops came to one of my shows. He came fully dressed up and everything, and I had to
Wow.
deal with that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I dealt with it from within. He had to deal, and everybody there had to deal with it. He's actually in one of my music videos, Arrogant. I shot a music video. It's named Arrogant. And he's actually in the video. You might spot him,
Wow.
fully dressed
I
up
might
and
have to hit
everything.
it up. I
It's a
have to hit
classic
it up.
moment. I'm always like, wow. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
of course. I want to know,
Oh, and I
Chip,
have three sisters.
you have three
Three
sisters?
sisters. You said sister. They'll see this and be like, they think you only got one.
Exactly, exactly. Shout 'em out, shout 'em out.
Vacay, dope person. She has a hair business, Knotless K bonnets. She does. Go check her out on everything.
Mhm.
Vacay, Knotless K, Maya Moreau. She's a soul singer. Dope. Gotta check her out. She's on a lot of my projects.
Mhm.
And my older sister, she's living a beautiful life. Shout out to you, Ebony. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you all.
It was a two-part question. You did successfully answer that first part of that question, but I also want to know just like how does that affect you raising your own children?
It taught me to be a little bit more understanding.
Yeah.
Like I let my kids live. I'm not one of those fathers that's all up in your business.
Yeah.
I see you posting on internet. I see you going wild doing the most, but I'm
Yeah.
not about to entertain that. Like I'm your dad.
Yeah.
When I see you, we'll talk. If it's important, you're gonna let me know about it. If it's not, you're gonna deal with it until you feel like you can't. Because I know
Yeah.
that's how I dealt with a lot of things. And
How old are your children?
I have a 18-year-old daughter,
Mm.
which she'll be no. I'm sorry, my daughter is 21.
Wow.
My
Wow.
mind lapse.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She's 21. She just turned 21. Shout out to you, baby girl.
Shout out.
And my sons,
She must hate going outside with you.
she gets a lot. She does get a lot of attention. I do try to get her to come. She be. I don't know if they be excuses, but anytime she wants to hang out, I
Yeah,
would
as I
love to
say,
hang
I have an
out.
older brother. My mom had my oldest brother when she was 16, and he hated going out with her because people would be like, "Are you guys that your girlfriend? Is that your girlfriend?" And you being like a young dad, but also like young looking for your age as well. I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
That
I
was-
can remember the last time we went out together. It was my daughter, and my sister, and my sister's girl. And
Mhm.
man, it was a comedian up there, and he
Wow.
was like, ah man, he's like he just his focus was us for like 5-10 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
I was like,
You've been
wow,
in that
yeah,
position. I've
yep.
only seen it online.
I've definitely been there, and she handled it well. She just smiled and just kept the face on, and we all laughed with her. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't
Okay,
bad.
lovely,
My
lovely.
sons, they're in their teens, 15, 17, out here getting it. They got music careers too, but they're in the like finding themselves stage.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I'm happy that they decided that they want to do it because I'm so serious about it that
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave some type of legacy, and I would hope that if they stay in it and continue
Yeah.
to grow within it, they can take the reins
Oh my
and give it to
goodness.
their kids. And I'm a granddad.
Wow.
I'm a granddad.
That's lovely.
Man, I think I'm the youngest. I think I'm one of the youngest granddads.
Sure enough, you talk to my mama, bro.
I
You should talk to my mama. You and my mama be best friends.
I think. Hey, man, I truly think with that wisdom, I think it be unlocking things in your DNA. And
Yeah.
you start getting new downloads and new answers to old questions.
Sure
Like
enough.
it really changes you. And I'm definitely blessed and highly favored for even being able to experience that. I never ever thought in my work it never was even a part of my journey and my dreams to be a granddad. And
Yeah.
now I'm a granddad.
That's lovely. That's
Yeah.
lovely. Okay, so this is just a question I'd like to ask. It says, big sag energy. I walk in the sun. Can you explain that bar for me?
The line is
Big
big
s-
Sag energy.
Yep.
I moonwalk on the sun,
Uh,
and that's from I'm an astrology student,
mm,
which I guess at this point I could be a teacher, but I like to consider myself a student because I'm always learning.
Yeah,
I'm
of
always
course.
studying, always. So what I'm doing, probably like 80% of my time is like studying stars and astrology.
yeah.
And that's one of the three trinities, like your rising sign,
Mm-hmm.
your sun sign, and your moon sign. So my sun and moon is Sagittarius. So that's what that
Wow.
line is. It's like big Sag energy. I moonwalk on the sun. So this is like your rising sign, which I'm a Gemini, so I'm gonna look like a fucking young kid forever. And yeah, with that energy on the inside, I'm like harboring a lot of fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's that line.
This nigga is real life fucking Goku. What the fuck? You a granddad and look like a teenager.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm telling
granddad
you.
look like a teenager.
I'm telling you,
Is that not a
man.
black Goku?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Shout out to Zaria, man. She always tells me I look like the Black Jesus.
Yeah.
I went to Miami with them, with Maya and Zaria and her crew, and man, we was like in a little resort with the pool and all that,
Yeah.
and we in the pool and they snapping pictures. Zaria the
Mhm.
photographer snapping things up, and they got a picture of me with the locks just long in the water. I'm
Wow.
just like, yo. That's my Tinder picture from now on right there.
For sure.
But I'm
for
not
sure.
I'm not on Tinder anymore. I don't do
I don't even
dating.
do the dating
I don't do the dating
apps.
apps. I've had my fill of that
Okay.
2021 to 2022.
Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. I'm hoping you can teach you some things.
Hey, I can. I definitely can, man. But the number one thing about love is, man, love yourself, man.
Yeah.
Love yourself when it hurts. I'm telling you, I'm talking about, you ever like sacrifice a part of you for a woman?
Yeah.
Why? Because you wanted her,
Yeah.
but she ain't here no more, right?
Right.
Bro, this is a key. I'm gonna
Right.
give this. I want to give this wisdom to all my young cats, man. Stop, eliminate women from your chasing thing. Just eliminate women from that, man. Chase your God-given purpose. And I'm telling you, God will place everything you want right in front of you. Wow. And then, but what happens is when you go through the trials, He gonna give you discernment. So you might have 50 bad ones.
Yeah.
All over you talking, but now you know which one to give your time to instead of trying to hit 4 this week, 5 hit. Because I know people like that, and I was in that, a long time ago. I used to run like that, and it take a lot of your energy, man. It takes so much of your energy. And that's one thing I've learned from Shan. I want to say his name, but I don't want to give the credit to the wrong person, so I'm not going to say the name.
Fair enough.
Because they are these big YouTubers, and big YouTubers got some egos.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
But
fair enough.
there's this thing called protect your meat. And you think you think that way, but really it's your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. You got to protect that because, man, with those 4 things, that's how you create your life.
Yeah.
What are you focused on? Are you focused on the bag, your bag, not the bag? Because a bag can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
All money ain't good money, but are you focused on your bag?
Exactly.
And if you focused on your bag, you don't think it's gonna be some baddies that are attracted to you that will come for you? You don't have to go searching for them.
Yeah. That's
my
wild.
My DMs is like when I reach out to a woman, she either talented, very beautiful, and that's her talent, being beautiful.
Yeah.
And I hire them. She an artist. Oh, you a beautiful singer. I want to hire you because you're fucking fire. I want to work with you. And then when we working together, now that creates the space and the time to build more attraction.
Yeah.
Now we working together. We working on a song. Oh, now we got to go to the studio and record the song. Oh, now we got to do a photo shoot. Oh, now we got to take these pictures. We got to show up to the clubs together. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot that goes into just, hey, let's stand on business. I don't know you, but during this process, it's going to give me time to know you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then what's going to happen is they going to be like, oh, he too busy. And then them girls, they be like, he too busy. You don't need them because they not busy enough.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You need somebody who so busy. Bro, you need a woman that's so busy. Listen. You need a woman that's so busy that she has to create time to see you because you're that valuable.
Sure enough.
And you got to be somewhere in public showing your value. You know what I mean? So like, for instance, I go to open mic. I go to Sound Off Sundays. Like, I go to show support, but I've been showing my value there. This is who I am. This is what I do. So now sometimes I just go to show love to other people because that's where the real value comes in. It's like, oh man, like I feel on another level. I want to bring other people up and feel like that too. And you don't think it's some bad bitches in the audience looking like, damn, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
He coming here every week. Everybody know him. He pounding everybody. He what's up, he showing love to new people. He always moving on his Instagram. He doing this, he doing that. Like, he don't quit. He never gonna quit. Ever. I want to be on his team.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. That's a smart life decision. that ain't even business. That's just being around people who move and can create opportunities for people around them. You know what I mean?
Of course.
All right, fuck it. Sensei Goku. Do body counts matter to you?
Yes, they do. For both men and women. This is the reason I'm gonna say it like that is because I truly honestly feel that you're not gonna attract you're always gonna attract you. So if you out there being this, you might run through like 15 girls. Yeah. But just wait until that one chick comes that you really like, oh, this the one. Sure she gonna be you. She gonna be a reflection of you. Now you ready to settle down. and she in her prime. She out there smacking them left and
Oh
right.
my goodness.
Not how you feel.
Oh my
Not how
goodness.
you feel. You got what you were doing because it's delayed. Like we like to think like, oh man, we gon', I'm gonna settle down one day, but nah, man, you gotta be the real you today. Like, okay, for instance, I'm poly. Like I don't partake in no monogamy. If you have an interest in me, then you have an open mind because you're never gonna be able to say I'm belong to you. Ever. That's just my truth. Like it ain't even nothing against women. I love women. I would love to be surrounded by maybe 3 women in my whole lifetime and just be with those 3 women forever.
Yeah. Can you explain to people what poly is if they don't know?
Poly to me, because everybody has a lot of different, ways they like to explain it. It's just it's a person who enjoys open relationships. Doesn't want to be put in a box like a dog and told, hey, this is when you can do this. Oh, you want to feel good? Well, you got to feel good doing this. Or you can't feel good doing these things. These things you can't do anymore because we're together. Like, I don't think relationships should cut you off from other relationships and growing in other directions. It's always been like a spiritual thing for me because I've learned so many lessons through different women that I've been with. And I've learned that, man, there's a vast array of different types of women, man.
Yeah.
Man, if you were to just like take all the women on one block, even I don't care how much alike
Just
you
one
think
block.
they are, no, they're not alike. They all got their different intricacies. And the thing I think a lot of young men don't understand is, bro, once you tap into who you are, like on a real soul level, like on some real, like, man, this is who I am, man. I don't give a fuck what you think, what they think.
Yeah.
This is who I am. What you'll see is chicks will start flirting with you because you'll be in a space of abundance. Like you living an abundant life now. You ain't chasing a goddamn thing. You doing the work that God told you to do. You in gratitude, you grateful. And not only now you providing opportunities for people around you. And you making them feel grateful. They feel like, damn, when I'm around this dude, I feel like I can conquer the world. And I've been told that. Like I've worked many jobs where I've had to have partners and teamed up with people. And sometimes people will open up and tell me like, man, ever since I started working with you, I just feel like I can do anything, man. I think I'm about to put my 2 weeks in and go do this other thing. I'm like, man, do that shit.
Do it.
do that shit. Like I'm never trying to throw salt on something. And I'll help you figure it out. Just because it came to my direction. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not one of them people that will stop your progress because me helping you progress ain't gonna stop my progress.
At all.
This life is about growth. And I think you should as a young man and as a young woman, because I think it can go both ways. I think men and women get different outcomes from this thing, but anybody can apply this.
Yeah.
If you do the work, which is masculine energy, you're doing the work, doing the work, you're gonna gain from that. But you gotta know how to be in the background, and that's that feminine energy. Like a lot of guys don't know how to play the background and just sit and chill. Everybody want to get active. You know what I mean? Getting that over masculine energy. It's like, bro, man, chill the fuck out. Sometimes we gotta learn how to be quiet. Let people expose who they are, so that you can come up with a game plan of action. That's the feminine energy allows you to sit down and really listen and look and take on energies from the atmosphere. Most guys can't do that because they don't know how to be quiet, sit the fuck down. You know what I mean? So they cut off from that feminine energy. Women, they'll tell you about the whole room in a heartbeat. They'll tell you who like who ain't, who mad at who sleeping with who, because they know how to read the energy in the room. But now, women also have access to that masculine energy and they get in that bag. And a lot of guys don't know how to deal with that. And the true way to deal with that, listen up, young guys, listen up. It's getting in the feminine energy and letting them boss bitches be bosses, and you go do some other shit with your time.
Honestly.
Stop arguing with these women. Let them run them. Look, let them run themselves wherever they want to be, and you go be a king somewhere and attract however many queens you can afford.
You can afford is crazy.
Because that's the real deal. You got to buy gifts. You got to take them on dates. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice. That's what you do with them.
Yeah.
That's what you
in the background too.
That's what you do. That's what you get a beautiful woman. You want to take her out. You want to be seen, especially if she make you feel good. You want to show her off. You want to.
For
I don't
sure.
care what she look like, bro. If she make you feel like the true king that you supposed to be, and you can see, you'll take a 3 if you know for a fucking fact that you about to be the king, the man. All the tens want you. Fuck them tens. They wasn't there shooting in the gym. They wasn't shooting in the gym.
You wasn't there recording me in the basement.
For real. I tell my sons like, hey, did she pay for some promo?
Exactly.
Did she pay for a beat? Why'd you give her all this admiration and attention? Because she beautiful, bro? Like what?
Do you
Bro.
teach your children like the work?
Huh?
Do you teach your children the work? You said like
It's about, to me, I feel like it's less about teaching and more about just being the example. Like my son, like I get my sons to go out to the open mics with me. I try to get my oldest son. He ain't came out yet, but my youngest son, he's came out, and yeah, just letting him see how I interact in the environment. You know what I mean? It's a good model. I think we as young men, we don't get the benefit. A lot of us don't get the benefit of being able to see our fathers in action. You know, living out here in the world today, right now, doing it. And I think we need just more role models of just guys that look like us, being more responsible, being more just wise to who's watching you. You know what I mean? Like, no, it ain't my responsibility to be a great role model, but if I want to be best friends with God, kind of is. It kind of is. You know what I mean? And I do want to be the best version of myself, and I'm not perfect, but within that not perfectness, I'm gonna be trying my best to do the things that I know are right. That's the best you can do, is try to do what's right.
Exactly. I do want to ask. Um, First, I want to know, like, your favorite song. What's your best song?
Oh man, right now my favorite song is One Thing. And you know, I really have to say, like, it's a tie because I really just started making music like that. Like I've always thought of myself as like a poet. So rapping, like being a rapper, was never like, I wasn't out here gonna be like spitting bars to like decapitate my enemies. You know, I'll never be an Eminem. You know what I mean? And I'll never be a trap. And I'll never be a trapper. You know what I mean? I never sold drugs. You know, I might have sold a friend like some weed that I had that I wasn't about to smoke, but I wasn't pushing nothing. I ain't pimping. So I had to figure it out. You know what I mean? I had to figure out like, okay, who the fuck am I gonna be in this music thing? Like, because you can only like imitate for so long.
That's the urge. Like at first, like especially when you're, first of all, I'm a poet. The next natural step is rapping because it's unformed. It doesn't have its own form. It's like make it up as it goes. Like outside of like rapping on beat, but you work for a good producer, they don't even go past that. They don't even break past that. But like the next form is rapping, and the idea for the biggest rappers coming off the '90s and coming off like early 2000s, coming off that time, it's gangster rap. You have to be hurting to have something like to say,
and everybody hurts.
Everybody hurts.
Everybody hurts, but how do you take that pain, alchemize it,
cleanse,
alchemize it, and then turn it into something new?
Yeah.
Huh? So alchemize is like it's alchemy. The changing something from a base metal to a precious metal. So basically like seeing the beauty in your life. It's like, yeah, this bad thing can happen, but what can you take away from it to move forward and continuously see the beauty in your life? Exactly. So that's like the biggest thing right there. Like if you could do that, man, life is yours. That's the biggest secret.
I'm sure you get this moment where it's just like, wow. I have to sit down. I have to sit down and collect myself. In order to be an interviewer, you have to keep your poise. And in this moment, I've lost it. But I know we were talking about. I know you were talking about just your song, and as I was saying, rapping is the like most natural transition, and a lot of times it's gangster rap. I feel like the urge. What would you say to the kids who wants to rap? who feel like maybe they haven't heard enough, or maybe they haven't gone through that sell dope like phase of their life? What do you say to them to get into
Oh
art?
man, you don't need to go down that route. Get you a job. It's so many things to do now. You know what I mean? Like as far as getting money, I feel like the way to get money of drugs is kind of like it's a it's a fossil thing. Like it's so old
Yeah,
now. It's like, bro, get you another hustle. Get you a DoorDash, get you a Uber Eats, like
absolutely.
and then like you'll be surprised about the person that you turn into with these different hustles. And if you want to rap, it's really just about spitting your life, making it interesting. What's interesting about you?
Mm,
If you don't know what's interesting about you, you definitely don't need to be rapping.
shout
Because
out.
where does your ego lie? Because if your ego lies in anything that can be taken away from you, money, jewelry, material items, you done. You done. That's what's happening to all these rappers now. Like the image ain't selling no more because it's been force fed down our throats. And who really is like breaking their necks to look like all the other rappers right now? Like jewelry around your neck, the same cars, the same clothes, everybody wearing the same labels, dissing each other for the same. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
kind of all like seeped in lack. Like I'm gonna fuck your bitch. You ain't got
yeah,
no money. I'm always gonna have a bigger bag than you.
yeah.
But it's like disguised as this inspiration. When really, nah, it's not really.
Driven
It's
down.
keeping everybody down. And no shot at the rappers that do it. It had its time, but it's starting to dwindle now. And the real, we can always look at the realest of the artists, the ones that were able to stay for 10, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like those artists were actually who they said they were.
Yeah,
You know, they grew into better versions of that.
exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
you can tell. Honestly, you can tell like when the artists pop up and they're so original and they're so this, and it's hard in this day and age where you feel as though everyone is living a very similar life. It's hard, so often like when an artist pops up and like, oh, that's them, and they're gonna be around. Like
Mhm.
I think of so often, and a lot of people say even in the earlier game, like when you talk about like at least my earlier game, like Lil Yachty, or a lot of times people would say really Lil Yachty was the only person in his era that at least that I can think of in this moment that really was like, okay, you a little weird, but you
Mhm.
a real one nonetheless. You a real one nonetheless.
Okay, okay.
Maybe oh my
Uzi?
goodness. Uzi, yep,
Uzi?
of course, Uzi and 21 Savage and that goes
And
on.
that's what I mean. Like when you work on you, and I'm to caveat off of everybody living the same life.
Yeah,
The reason it is like that is because people have been so brainwashed with looking outside themselves on how to be.
yeah.
TV, it started with radio, all the mediums,
Mhm.
TV, radio, school. It's all basically telling you this is how you need to be. This is what it takes. So either get acclimated to being like this, or you're just going to be lost. Or go get you a regular job because we got a thing for that too. It's called school.
Yeah,
So when you go within though, and you do the inner work, and for me the tool, because there's lots of tools that can be used. For me, it's always been astrology. It was like the easiest tool for me to be like, all right, what does this mean? How does that correlate with myself? Oh
yeah,
man, this is how I feel. Dang. And then as you learn it, you say, you know what? All right, I've learned enough. It's time for me to take this out into the field.
yeah.
Really
Apply.
I gotta apply this out in the real world.
Mhm.
And you know, you sharpen it up. You gonna take your bruises, you take your lumps, but you gotta get back up. And when you do, you a little bit more sharper. You got a little bit more like, oh yeah, okay, now I know this. Instead of me
Yeah,
just thinking this and had studied this, now this is what I know. Oh, that was wrong. I got some new information. Now I can tweak it. And when you discover who you are from that perspective, and now you're not talking about material stuff, you're giving the people something from within you. You found the kingdom of God within yourself, and now it's up to you to share it with the rest of the world.
yeah,
When you do that, ah man, now you done created a whole new world, and now you can invite other people into it and continue to build that community up. See, what we have right now is just a melting pot of a whole bunch of people competing for this same image to be the king, but of
yeah,
this image. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And it's
Exactly.
like, That's weak, bro. Like, if you really watch all of the, hey, what happened to this rapper? It wasn't worth it. Nobody that has came and went can really say it was really worth it. Like, bro, it's bad out here. but then the lights do shine through. So we have our lights like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar that came through the game and really put that focal point on bringing something brand new. We had talked about Polly.
Yeah.
And ever since then, people would just be asking me about, like, how does that work? Like, what's going on? I'm like, man, it takes a lot of honesty.
It takes a lot of honesty.
You just gotta be willing to have it. Like, I'm still, even right now, I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what does that look like? What is the highest version of myself within that relationship look like? Like, how do I handle certain things?
So you have a woman, like you're with a woman now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so first of all, I'll say this. I'll be very, like you said, it takes a lot of honesty. I'm very honest. I do my best to be honest. I was about to say, I heard someone say, all the time, like the real ones will prosper. The real ones will prosper. The real ones will prosper. And I truly believe that to a whole, like, absolute, because it's hard to fake it. It's difficult. It's harder. It's harder.
It takes so much more work and energy.
Yeah, than to just be like, okay, I'm gonna put in the work and fuck what everybody thinks.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I've talked to a lot of guys, and you know what it is?
What?
Guys are so used to chasing what they want instead of receiving what they need. So they chase, and when you chase, it's always going to run from you. You're always basically performing. Mm-hmm. You're performing for her validation. She didn't really like you, but you kept coming around. You kept doing things. She kind of was like, all right, I'll fuck with you. Yeah. And really, she's just fucking with you until the next best thing come around. And then we get hurt by it. But really, it's because you chased her, bro. So when guys stop that, what'll happen is you'll just start attracting great things in. And when you've come from that perspective, it's more like, all right, well, what's good for me? Who's really pouring into me? Who's got my back for real? And when you can, like, weed out the ones that don't, take the ones that do, you can be more honest. Like, hey, I really like you. We really got something going. But so and so over here, when I'm with her, like, I feel good in a different way. You know what I mean? It does something different from me, and it don't take away from you. You still you. Yeah. I like spending time with you, but I can't belong to you. I'm not your dog for you to just put me in this cage, and nobody else can play with me. Nobody else can rub on me. Nobody else can show me love. Only you. And I got to get all my affections from you. And to me, that's possession. Yeah, and I can never be possessed.
Yeah,
I watched too many paranormal movies and ghosts and witches and, like, real life shit to know when somebody's trying to possess me.
Yeah. Turned you into them.
Yeah, they're trying to what a lot of men.
That's a bar.
Because I'm telling you.
This nigga said, bitch, you trying to possess me.
What is it? Hey, you ever, this a thing, like, you ever, like, it's hidden in so many ways. They call it, like, concern. Like, no, you're supposed to be concerned for your partner, and it's like, no, but you gotta trust. Like, you gotta trust somebody, that somebody's living their life a certain way that you could be proud of them. You ain't gotta know all the details, but you want to continue to be proud of this person. So you would hope that they continue to live their life in a way that make you proud.
I have two questions. So, transitioning from not being this, and let's be honest, the media promotes it, the way kind of the modern day working man's life is promoted is you go out, find your woman like you support that woman, y'all live together, y'all die together, that's that. Happy wife, happy life. You hear that all the time. It's basically saying, like, put aside what you need for this woman, and that's just what's promoted. But to transition from that to I'm gonna let this come to me, I feel as though a lot of times, first and foremost, you have to let go of a lot of women that you feel as though you want. Like, oh, I want you, but to be honest, you don't even seem like you want me enough. Like, my brother just told me, this is one girl who keeps on liking his Instagram story. And he was like, what does that mean? You think she's flirting? Like, should I go and slide it? I'm like, no, we don't talk to those people. We don't talk to those people. If she like you, she'll tell you she like you flat out. Like, do not chase her.
It got way even better. One of my boys, I'm not going to say who it is, but one of my boys, he's, like, liking this girl, and he'll text her, and she won't text him back.
Wow.
But then days later or weeks later, she'll like his text. Like I've dated women. You know who you are. I've dated women who I would call, because like even these days, you don't be thinking like even at my stage, like I'm not thinking people gonna be playing with me. Like what? Why we playing games? Like I'm too busy for that. But they look at you making time for them as something must be wrong with you. Why you making time for me? You should be out there working, grinding.
Yeah.
And that's just how they see it, unless they really fucking like you. Now, if she really fucking likes you, you gonna know. There's no confusion. You're gonna be like, oh, this chick like me. But we don't look at them and say, oh, yeah, I don't want her. It's like, bro, it's not about what you want. It's about what's good for you. You're attracting, and that's the biggest thing. Let me tell you, a lot of guys don't truly love themselves. Like when I say truly love themselves, I mean like I have discipline.
Yeah.
That's how I show myself I love myself. I know my energy. I know what energy I give to a woman. I know what I speak into her. I know what that value is. You know what I mean? I've went into women's life and nothing but great things have happened to them. And then as soon as I'm gone, because that's my energy. I'm sharing it with perspectives. Like I done had a girl be like, man, I wanted this job, but I got this job and now I hate this job. I don't know what to do. And in my mind, I'm like, but didn't your friends just the other day tell you that there was like a job application you should fill out? Why don't you go fill that out?
Yeah.
You know, in her mind, she didn't. I'm like, so why don't you just go do it?
Yeah, complaining.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really what it is, it's like they want to share. They want you to share in their misery.
Yeah.
You know, they want you to boost them up. Like, boost me up, speak life into me. And then as soon as you do, they get that energy, they take it. You know what a succubus is, right?
Type, exactly.
It's an energy dress, an energy vampire. Like, she literally takes your seat. Like, that's why I be telling dudes, you better wrap it up. And that ain't even enough. You got to stop fucking these random ass women that you don't know. Because a lot of women and men don't know. And it's worse for women because could you imagine being a woman having to let people enter you, but then letting a vessel enter you that is just a fucking vessel for evil.
Yeah.
And letting him like squirt all up in you. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But could you imagine being a man sticking your dick into a vessel that's strictly evil?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of us are doing. And they did an experiment. Scientists did an experiment. One scientist was going on a vacation and he put his saliva in a little container so that the other scientists could study it. The scientists left. The scientists that studied it wrote down that the saliva continued to change and transform and mutate. So imagine you having sex with the enemy and you leaving your seed, your life force in her body, and she don't mean you no harm, no good.
Time out, Dr. Umar. So, you believe fucking on these white bitches? Fucking on the snow bunnies, as Dr. Umar would call it?
I believe you had sex with anybody that shows you appreciation and love and sees you for the person that you actually are. When you having sex with this woman after sex, before sex, during sex, she does nothing but big you up as the king you supposed to be, that's where you supposed to be. If you fucking on some random chick and y'all just fucking for the sake of lust, you know where that's gonna get you.
Yeah.
You know where that's gonna get you. All of us been there. We all been there. You chase after some chick that you lusting after, it don't be satisfying, really. It be a quick thing, and then now you feel like, dang, man, look, she on to the next.
Honestly.
Dang, I really liked her, too.
You ever make Kane or something?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
I told him last year. This is,
Hey, it's easy. You didn't carry so many times, you know what? I'm tired.
I told him this would fuck me up last year. You ever look down, you see tissue? I was like, what am I doing? That was the what am I doing in life? That was the what am I doing? Like she bent over and I was like, this is microwave. And I was like, wait, what is this?
Tissue with a bug.
I was like, oh, this is.
Oh man, I think that's just a part of life sometimes. I can't be mad too much at that one. But believe me, there's been some times where I've been like, dang man, I gotta change my life.
I was like, all right. No, that was actually I ain't never did Tinder or dating apps and everything. So I did that for the first time. My first partner and everything. I was like,
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, you did the swipe right all the time, didn't you? You was just taking it, man. Hey, when did it end?
Like, tell me, that's when it ended.
No. Like, what was the highest amount of messages you ever had on there at once? Like, how long was you swiping for? Like a couple months.
We had. And I used to spend money. I had racks. I was making like 5 G's.
Yeah, you was global.
I was making 5
He was global. Yeah, he was global. He was swiping global.
For sure.
He was all over the world. You was using Kik. You was using Google Translate. Oh, you ain't get that far, huh?
Nah, I was doing it.
Well, see,
I was in my range, and
I was swiping. I lived downtown Detroit, and I was getting them from Canada, coming to see the game. I was getting them from there, coming to see this concert, coming to see the Opera House. Like I was getting them flying in from other places just because they was like, you know what? I found this thing is happening right there, and I'm just like, wow, you're really gonna come here? And it happened. It happened, right? And that's what I mean. Like I think that was like the door. Me swiping and seeing what came to me was the door that opened it up. Like, whoa, you mean to tell me I ain't gotta chase these hoes?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me I can just swipe and the ones that really like me and willing to be with me and really fucking with me gonna come choose? Yeah. Oh, that changed the whole game. Now it ain't about, oh, she's so bad, but I gotta chase her. No, I bet you I could find a badder one and she gonna come to me. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because I know my worth. And I know as long as I say no to the right ones, I know I'm saying no to the universe. And the universe gonna be like, all right, I guess that ain't good enough. Let's see what the next one is. It's like I have a trust in the universe that my life, no matter what, gonna be abundant.
Say hi, Tiana.
Hi, Tiana.
Oh my goodness. This man.
But think about it. If everybody lived in that abundance lifestyle, nobody would be chasing anything. Women would have the simps and the dudes that love chasing them. And then the real dudes who stand up on their, they'll have those women. And everybody would just separate as they go. That's why I'm never, like when I see a beautiful woman, I treat her like a flower in the dirt. I'm like, bro, do you see that? She fucking beautiful. But I'm not about to take her out the dirt, take her home, put her in a pot and plant and put water in it every fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the nature do that shit, or I'm gonna let another nigga come.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a pot for you. Here, come live in my pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's basically bitches look bad from far away.
Hey, man, there's all types of things to change your perception. You can use weed, you can use liquor. Just depends on what type of life. I don't want to always have to smoke and drink to find a chick attractive. Like you gotta, and really like on some real shit, you gotta have something beautiful about you on the inside for me to really fuck with you. Like I will say there has been some where it's been like, damn, you is bad. I'll hit you, but I'm not. I'm definitely you're a waste of time. Like I see it, so many dudes trying to chase you. I'm not keeping up with all that shit.
Yeah,
let these other niggas do it up for you, but. If you got something real and genuine inside you, I'll stay around for that. I don't care what you look like.
Exactly.
You could be a straight up monster. If you got a genuine heart, there's not a lot of people in this world that are genuine.
Having that way of life, I believe you have to be okay with not having, just being in that moment of like just truly like undeniably focusing on yourself to the point where it's like, oh yeah, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years.
But just imagine if you had a life where everything was taken from you.
Yeah.
Then you could still do it that same way. You know what I mean? Like I say, I've definitely lived many versions of myself, and I'm definitely happy. I'm most happiest now, and I look the youngest I've ever looked now. Like there's been times where I look on pictures and be like, damn. I was definitely heading down the wrong path in life. I swear to God, I'm gonna share it with you, young. Black don't crack. One of it is because we go through so much struggle, but we definitely learn how to alchemize all those bad things and turn them into good things. Stop counting your birthdays. Stop celebrating birthdays because we ain't supposed to be aging. It's a psychological thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We supposed to be young forever. Forever.
I'm not turning 23. That's fake.
Between 23. You could be 23 forever.
Honestly.
Just stop. Stop celebrating these holidays. Because think about it, it's the holidays that keep you in the loop. Every year it's the same shit. This Valentine's Day, this day, this every
100%,
year.
1000%.
Think about if they got rid of all that shit. What?
Yeah.
How would you even know? You know, like what would you?
Call your family now. And don't wait till a holiday to hang out. Don't wait till a holiday.
Live in the moment, man. Plan for the future, but live right here.
Exactly. As I was saying, you have to be okay with not having, and also, like you said, but it's pouring into yourself. You're able to pour into other cups. I do want to ask, just to, I really do appreciate you for all these gems. Just to move on from this conversation, though, I really want to know if you're planning on voting, and if so, why, or why not?
Tell you the truth, I haven't voted in years.
Mm.
I just didn't see it. I saw the way that the world was going, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter who you choose.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Like it's one coin, both sides of the same coin, and really the only way we're gonna really see some change, real change, is we have to really get to know ourselves. Like we as fathers got to get with our sons. We got to get with our families and really teach them who they are from our perspective. Like we got all of our, it's like all our kids looking outside. They're looking at TV and looking at this and looking at that, looking at TikTok. So many influences out here. It's like, bro, you want to really create change? Talk to your kids. Tell them, learn from them. We got to start treating children like they're the smart ones.
Yeah.
And really like understanding that, man, they came from the universe fresh. Way fresher. We've been indoctrinated in this world. We need to start looking at the young children as the leaders. Like, okay, look, we want to listen. We want to listen to you, children. What do you see that we don't see? How can we improve? Give them a chance, because the way things are going on right now, everybody's in a camp headed towards either a day job or trying to liberate themselves in some type of truth.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. That's the time we're living in right now.
Honestly. I do appreciate you for answering that question. I do also want to know about your process, just back into the music. I want to learn your process of like recording now, your process of writing.
I love writing at home.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of writing with a group when I was working with Hard Time Hustle. And I really appreciate the reflection time, like being able to sit with a record, sit with a track and really hear it and really internalize it and think of different scenarios and what scene sounds the best on this record. Like I used to sit in the dark and just get blowed and let the beats play until a beat almost like opened up a window in the smoke that I was blowing. It was like the beat opened up a window and I was able to see a scene. And now it's like, all right, I see the scene, the beat playing, I'm looking at the scene, I'm watching to see what happened, and now all I gotta do is translate what I'm seeing from this scene on down to this notepad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the feeling, the emotion, what was going on. And I think that's like, for me, that's the best part of it. And I listen to beats, man. I hardly listen to other like music. Like
what's your
artists.
process of like getting beats or getting things to write to?
Man, I've been collecting beats for so many years. Like I've been working with different producers from around the world and just building those relationships. Yeah. I'm lucky that I was doing that before I even really understood what I was doing. Yeah. And now I have emails of beats sent to me daily. And, I kind of look at it as a lottery now. I own hundreds of beats. So now it's like if a producer sends me a beat, if I hear it, I might just have to throw a down payment on it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need it, but I ain't made that decision yet.
Exactly.
Maybe when I hear it, I might need it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's a really good process. Like I said, I have so many songs that I've written, and I'm really not one of those artists that feel like I need to write everything now. Like, I'm enjoying life. I've written over 100 songs, and so that I can put out, that I can freely go to and put out.
Yeah, congratulations. And that's work.
Thank you. It happened over years. Like I got stories from 10 years ago that I've written. If I hear it now, I might want to retouch it up a little bit, just to make it up to date. But some songs are just straight up what they are, and they're classic just the way they are. I love them. Yeah. And they're like babies, you know what I mean? Like you want to make sure it's come full term, you don't want to put it out too early. You don't want to jump the gun on it. You want to
Of
make sure.
course.
Now we live in a content world, so it's like you put out a song, you want to have some content to put out with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like just to keep the ball rolling.
How has that been? Like just creating content in general.
Ooh, I've been lucky enough to have befriended a lot of other content creators in the journey. Like before music even got to this point where now everything's content driven. I was able to connect with photographers, videographers, and really get the relationship going and put that work in with them. So now it's to the point where I can call up a photographer. Yo, I got this new song. I'm gonna send you a snippet. Give me some ideas for like some content we could shoot. And now I have a new studio where my studio engineer has a service to where when I book studio time, he has a whole content package where a guy's there shooting content in the background.
Wow. You gotta tap us in with them. I would love to.
Oh yeah,
we gotta work for
Shout
sure.
out Crack House Studios.
Crack House.
Crack House. He gets it done, man.
Dark side with Crack House.
He has his own like content area. Everything. It's really dope. Really dope.
I love that. So I also want to know the music that you plan to put out in the future. Do you have any plans for music to release?
Oh yeah. Like I just said, I just did Auntie's House. So plug them. Shout out Auntie's House.
Shout out.
They we did one mic. I got a song I'm dropping with them called TNT. It's a very high energetic rap song. So it's
oh my goodness, I've been seeing your videos and you are so like animated and you're so like, and it's crazy to see you now in this more chiller state.
Because it definitely takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy. You know, it's been a hell of a day. I like to get all that type of work done early in the day so I can like, zone down.
But it is later.
Yeah, shout out to Auntie's House. We definitely tore it up, man. I definitely want to get back and visit my cousins real soon. So y'all should stay on the lookout for that. TNT, I wasn't going to release it. I was only going to make it an Auntie's House exclusive. But I let a couple people hear it, and they were like, no, this has to be released. So the cover art is done. And it will be released soon. I'm still trying to work out a release date with Auntie's House because I do want it to be available once it drops. So I might have to drop it as soon as possible.
You say you're gonna spit for us. Is it gonna be a similar work that you did for Auntie's House? Or is that really exclusive?
No. That's really exclusive. Okay. I got some other stuff we can spit. It's basically on the subject that we've kind of like been on. Yeah. Today it's been pretty good. So I kind of already had it thought out in my head as soon as you said that.
I love that. I really do appreciate that. So I've seen some performances of yours. I just want to know your favorite performance, and also I want to know a dream performance in the future.
Man, my favorite performance so far, I have two. I think there was one I did at this venue. It was called The Pit, and it was really, really dope. And over in Hamtramck, and that was like a really big come out moment because I did this song called The Mystic MC. And it was like my first time really taking the time to like connect with the audience. Yeah. Like a lot of times I think I just kind of got up on stage and just did the song. Yeah. And now it's like got to a point where like now I have so much to say. Like I've come to a point in my career, it's like I actually got a message. I actually want to talk to you and touch all of you in a way where you leave here changed. You leave here a little better, feeling better. Yeah. So that's what unlocked that for me. And then this past Sound Off Sunday, I was the featured artist. And to me, that was like a really big milestone because like I was performing at Sound Off Sundays on and off before 2020. Yeah. So like to come back at this time and then get the spotlight, you know, be putting work in and be recognized to get the spotlight. And then not so far off later, be able to get the feature. Yeah. So it's like, dang, I've reached that pinnacle there. And like, I just want to continue to show up and be there. And I was able to be fully in costume because I feel like that was one of the big things that held me back too. Like I never really got to show up to like a show in costume, like feeling like my modern mystic self.
Can you tell me what Soundback Sundays are?
Sound Off Sundays is an open mic that's every other Sunday. And it's ran by Brass Hole. Brass, he runs it, really good guy, and he's been doing great things for the community.
He's not an asshole. Is Brass Hole not an asshole?
Depending on, like he always say, depending on what side you got to meet first. he ain't never been an asshole to me.
Okay, fair enough.
So he's a good guy.
Fair enough.
Good guy. Yeah, bigger guy, light skin.
He was not.
Off camera.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
But yeah, I love the spot. You know, shout out Boss Bar J. She be there with the drinks. She always makes sure I'm feeling good. Shout out Premium Taste Catering. Always make sure the lamb chops in the house. So
That's
anytime anybody ever asks me about an open mic, I always leave them there because it's all good spirits. It ain't really no competition. It's really just artists getting together to really uplift each other and make each other feel real good about what they're doing. You know?
That's amazing. That's amazing. And bringing to the second part, which is dream performance spot.
Dream performance. You know, I don't have a dream performance. I do have a dream scenario. I remember seeing an Adele performance.
Yeah.
And she is very intimate with her audience. She like really gets up and sings to them. And like, I saw one of her performances and I felt so connected. You know, even though I wasn't there, I was like, wow, like that's what I want. I don't care how big I get. I always just want it to be very intimate, like I'm able to really connect with people and really look people in the eyes and they know I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? I'm really connecting with you. So that's like my big scenario. Like I just want to really give back energy.
I love that.
First time going to Sound Off Sunday, I tried to do that with all the bitches.
What? Like talk to them directly?
The whole fucking
what? Hey. Oh my goodness.
I know you had him turn. What?
Oh my goodness. Holiday. I can already see. I know exactly how that went.
You know
I know exactly how that went. At the peak of holiday was a wild time.
Oh man.
I loved every second of it. I'm telling you, we've done for some performances in there. It's always been eventful.
Y'all gotta come out, man. I'm sure there will be tons of artists to get to.
It's right down the street from my mom's house.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my mom's like, she lives in everything. I'm a terrified teacher.
Yeah.
Nice. Definitely. I be loving this because I'm always out there. Every one I come.
Yeah.
It's my opportunity to get lamb chops.
That's beautiful. We most of you have to make it.
Wait, is it still by McNichols? Where's it at?
No. It's on Rosa Parks. Off of Warren.
Is it west or east?
West.
Oh, y'all changed.
Campus area. Yeah. It's been there. Well, shit. For the whole last year, it was there. It used to be on McNichols. That was one of the times I did perform there in right before 2020.
Yeah, we gotta make it out for sure.
One of those performances.
Yeah, we gotta make it out for sure. I'm really trying to. I've been saying.
It's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been trying to make it out 100%, and I just love the energy. I love the energy of the city. It's amazing. Okay, so we are wrapping up. Right. You can leave the people with a few words of motivation or just something to look out for you in the future.
Man, it's so much coming. I can't even tell you what to look out for because I'm always doing some new, random, brand new shit. So, like, come out to Sound Off Sundays if you ever in the city because that's where I'm gonna be at. Shout out to all the artists that's up and coming, man. Don't stop. Get active, man. Be assertive in what you want. If you see somebody doing something that you like, connect. Hey, how can I be a part of that? How can I connect? How can I do that? How can I be involved? That's how you really get involved. You gotta speak up. You gotta be assertive. You gotta want it.
Tap in, description, please. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.